Roll it to Steelers. The Sports Den season finale highlights Spring Lake Park De La Salle in the section final. We've got in-studio athlete guests and the top 20 plays of the winter season all coming up on the 1-hour finale of fun. Woo! Brzezinski taking himself short-handed! Are you kidding me?
The point gets it inside and gets a shot in the goal.
Jill Conrad.
Who gets another one? And a shot and a goal. Fantastic finish from Fogarty.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Den, the season finale. This is it.
It's on.
It's on. I am Kenton Kipp. This is not Jeff Dinsmore in costume. This is Rosie Erickson, filling in for Jeff, who unfortunately was not able to be here. He really wanted to be here, but he just wasn't feeling up for it. So Rosie, thank you for filling in for Jeff.
Yes, and I'll give him a shout out. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff? All right, that's the shout out. We have a lot of athlete guests. We have 19 in-studio athlete guests. We have the top 20 plays of the winter season, and we're going to have a lot of fun. This is a celebration of the season, of all that we've seen from these athletes, and a celebration of all the teams. So we're just going to get right to it. And we did have a game this past week, and it was a De La Salle Spring Lake Park championship game. We've seen this before. Their showdown they had it last year, and guess what? We go and do it again.
Tubby wants to see it one more time. One more time. Come on. This time Panthers the number 3 seed, and the De La Salle Islanders are the heavy favorite. Number 1 seed with one of the top junior recruits, Reed Travis, back once again. Panthers come out fighting inside to Robert Ben. Nice move, reverse layup, bucket, and the foul. Play of the week nominee. Panthers get out of the gate real quick. High pressure defense. TC Robinson doesn't let the ball come through his neighborhood. Steal and fast break. Orders up an assist to Gary Cook. Then Robinson pulls up behind the line. Twin Cities is his range. Gets contact and still drills the triple. No foul, but he does get the harm to the Islanders. 12-3. Panthers pounce, and they are fired up. Islanders get going with a few steals and fast breaks. Jarvis Johnson the steal, score, and 1. 3-point play the hard way. Reed Travis, the pick and roll. He adds to the dunk. A tie game in the first half. Islanders close out the half strong as Johnson follows up a miss with a slam, and De La Salle leads 41-37 at the break. Second half, Robinson picks up the loose ball and deposits it where it belongs. He's very socially conscious, TC Robinson. Then it's Gary Cook who gets the steal, and he takes it the other way for the bucket to draw the Panthers back within 2 points. 5 minutes later, the Panthers finally tie it back up when Cook follows up his miss with the putback, and we are tied up at 50-all. Islanders' Luke Scott all alone, stranded if you will. He hits a big 3 to put his team up by 6. Panthers go to Twin Cities, dialing up the long-range 3. TC Robinson brings the Panthers to within 2, 62-60, under 3.5 to play. Islanders don't slow down. James Lawson inside to push it back out to his 6-point advantage. That was a key bucket for De La Salle. Panthers unable to close the gap, and the Islanders shut the door with a punctuation mark when Gino Crandall gives the alley and Johnson provides the U. 71-61, the De La Salle Islanders win. Congratulations to the Panthers on another great season. They finished second in the section with a 15-14 record. A fantastic showing in the section tournament. The Islanders move on to state where they will attempt to defend their Class 3A crown, already 1 game closer.
Class 3A De La Salle, 1 game closer. They defeated Sartell St. Stephen in a quarterfinal round. I'm sorry, this is the section. Nope, this is the state tournament. We have Delano against St. Paul Johnson. Johnson advances. They'll play De La Salle. And then the games also this afternoon. Blake and Austin Grand Marshall taking on Grand Rapids. Semifinals on the 21st, and the state championship at the Target Center on March 23rd. That all happening this weekend. So De La Salle looking to repeat as state champions, and we start with our first in-studio athlete guest from the Spring Lake Park Panthers. We have Gary Cook. Also from the Centennial Cougars boys basketball team, we have Dan Beckett and Quinn Peterson. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Hello.
And Gary, we're going to start with you. Last Friday night, taking on De La Salle. You guys played them last year. A little bit of a different story. Last year was almost a 50-50 as far as who's going to win. Two extremely good teams matched up this year. De La Salle a heavy favorite, being number one in the state and ranked in the nation. And you guys obviously believed in yourselves. Tell us about the De La Salle game going into it. What kind of confidence you guys had? You jumped out to a great start.
We just had a lot of preparation towards the game. We watched a lot of movies to give us inspiration and everything. We just felt like we could play with anybody, even though we had a rough season. We still knew that we could play with them no matter what their ranking was, and we showed it on the court even though we came up short.
Yeah, a fast start. You guys came up to a 12-3 lead, and then in the second half, it kind of turned. You guys kind of went on a scoring drought. Obviously, a very good defensive team. Kind of what was the mindset at halftime, being close to De La Salle going into that second half?
For us, we usually slowed down during the second half, where we were just trying to push forward and keep continuing the scoring. But as you can see, we kind of came out kind of slow, and they just had a run. So if we would have just kept our scoring, we would have kept doing good.
Well, Gary, you touched on inspiration. Who has inspired you throughout your basketball career?
Trey Scott and Sean Scott. I mean, when last year me and Sean became real close, so playing with them a lot. And then Trey, he was on the 09 team, and that's the person I most likely play now. So those are the two.
Yeah, Sean Scott out to support you guys as well. We've seen him out at the games, and he's down in Nebraska, but we saw him down at the playoff. I think it was the quarterfinal game at Spring Lake Park he was at. And do you have any future plans? Colleges talk to you. You have any plans of where you're going to go to school?
I'm still undecided where to go. I mean, I'm looking to go to Bethel possibly, or might go to community college at Riverland or Bismarck State.
All right, this is a Bethel alumni here.
I went to Bethel and thoroughly enjoyed it, and played basketball for my first year, so it's a great school.
You still wear royal blue. So you got
I do.
All right.
Represent.
All right, a couple Centennial players as well. We have Dan Beckett and Quinn Peterson. You guys play in a tough Northwest Suburban Conference. You play with a couple of the top teams in the state, and then also those teams are in your section as well. Tell us about, Dan, I'll start with you. Tell us about the conference season. You get to play Osseo and Park Center twice, and kind of tell us what that's like to play kind of the state's best as the year goes on.
Just every game, you're going to have to come out playing your best, no matter if it's top conference, bottom, we have to focus. And just, you never know what's going to happen, really. It's always a tough game.
And then Quinn, when the section started, you guys played Champlin. You faced them twice in the year, and you guys had the upset at Champlin Park, and then you guys took on Osseo in the semifinals. You guys almost won that game. Take us through what happened in that Osseo game coming down the stretch. You guys were really close in that one.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they're a really good team, obviously, top 5 in state, and all we could practice, we just prepared well, and coach got us on a game plan, and went out and played our best, and I don't know, just went out and gave everything we got and came up a little short.
Well, gentlemen, you guys seem really close as a team. What has been your memorable moment, or most memorable, over the season?
I'd say it's probably beating Champlin in the first round of sections, because that was the first time we've won our game of sections in a long time. I don't know, it's kind of special.
I would say just pretty much any shenanigans with the guys or anything in the locker room. We're kind of weird when we get in a big group, and some people are just, it's just funny. I'm going to miss it a lot.
Things get weird.
Yeah.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so college plans for you guys, Dan? Any schools you've been looking at, either playing or attending?
Yeah, I'm going to Northern State University to play basketball.
Great. What about you, Quinn?
I'm going to Valley City State University to play basketball.
All right, terrific.
Cool.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. Congratulations on great seasons for you guys. It's been a lot of fun to watch you guys this year. And we're going to take a look at the brackets, starting with Class 4A state boys basketball. We know that That was the section final between Park Center and Osseo. Park Center winning in that one, a close one. They're taking on Lakeville North right now, Andover and Edina. And then Eden Prairie victorious over Woodbury, and Apple Valley over Brainerd. So the semifinals on the 21st and the championship, the late game on the 23rd at the Target Center. In Class 2A, Perham taking on Minnehaha. Annandale, Mike Bouchard's own Annandale taking on Byron. Redwood Valley taking on Litchfield, and Esco taking on Hayfield. All those games happening today as well. And then in Class A, Mountain Lake versus Maranatha Academy, Eric Spence's own Maranatha Academy. Lakeview Christian taking on Rushford Peterson. Battle Lake against Uppsala and Walker. Hackensack Ackley. That's a real school, promise you. Southwest Minnesota Christian is their opponent. In girls, the state tournament wrapped up last weekend. Hopkins, the champions, over Bloomington Kennedy in the final, 68-45. The final score in that one. And now we are joined by a couple of ladies hoops players for the Centennial Cougars. They were close to going to state. A good team. We've got Jill Conrad and Paige Wojtaszek. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. And so we'll start with you, Paige. I want to talk about the Hopkins game. Hopkins, last year, state champion. It had been, I think, a calendar year since they had lost. Ranked number 1, they were undefeated. You guys play them at home. First of all, tell me, did you guys think you can win that game? What was the mindset going into it?
Yeah, well, we went in definitely thinking that we could win, but it would be hard. So we prepared for it all season, and in the end, it worked out.
Was the game plan for you to hit 9 3-pointers and shoot 9 of 10? Was that the game plan? This is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hit 9 threes, and we'll beat the best team in state.
Not really.
You didn't give a Curry Puckett jump on my back?
Nope.
Carry this team? No?
Nope. No. Yeah, I was definitely feeling it that night.
You were feeling it. What was the feeling, the emotion as you just were draining threes? Does the hoop look ginormous and you just, I can't believe we're doing this?
It didn't really set in until I got home that night, that like what actually just happened. But, yeah.
I want to say 9 threes is a lot. Do you think you could get paid in the future to play?
I don't see that happening. But,
well, thought I'd ask.
And a side note, 9 3-pointers more than I had my entire high school career, so you got that going. Congratulations.
Boom. Thank you.
Boom is right. Also, Jill Conrad, junior for Centennial. You got a lot of playing time last year as well. So your guys' kind of arch nemesis lately has been, the last few years, has been Osseo. You guys played them in the regular season twice, and then you get to play them again in the playoffs. Tell us what that playoff game was like. Obviously, very frustrating, but tell us what the game, from your viewpoint, was.
Well, we really did want to beat them that time. We had lost like 6 times in a row, I think it was, to that team, and this was our last chance to play with their 2 best players before they graduated, and we really wanted to beat them with those 2 on the team, but we just didn't quite make it.
You guys have had quite the battles. It's been a lot of fun. It makes for great television, but unfortunately, would have liked to have seen Centennial on the winning side a little bit more often, but that's kind of how the way it goes. And they made it to the semifinals in the state tournament. So, of course, congratulations to Osseo. But Paige, obviously, a wonderful career for you. College plans?
I'm playing next year at Northern State University.
Is that kind of the Centennial thing to do? Or
Yeah,
no?
Emily
Okay.
Beckett played there, so.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, maybe it's a Beckon thing, and then you're getting into that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And the team next year, obviously, we're losing Paige, but a lot of juniors and sophomores on the Centennial team. How does it look for Centennial next year?
We definitely have a lot of experience. I mean, losing Paige, that's a big part of our team. Our best 3-point shooter, our captain, our leader, but people I think will step up and we'll do good.
Jill, what are you looking forward to the most for next year, seeing that you'll be a senior leader?
Hopefully just that we'll do well enough and make it to state. That's just what I want.
Good aspirations.
Yeah, and well, thanks for coming on the show, guys. It was great to have you guys. We've got top plays of the year. Before we do that, actually, last week we asked a trivia question, and Paige can answer this for us. What is Paige Wojtaszek's favorite ice cream? What's the answer? Only you hold the answer. Your favorite ice cream?
Oreo.
Oreo.
Yeah.
That's the favorite. No one got that right, but the answer is Oreo. Is Paige? Bobby got it right. He said Oreo. Congratulations, Bobby. You were ineligible. All right, now we've got the top plays of the winter season, and per physician's request, we've doled them out so as to, I guess, not injure anyone. So the first 5 plays of the top plays of the year, please enjoy.
SportsCenter top plays of the year brought to you by Five Spice. Number 20. SLPSTA versus St. Francis North Branch, the Battle of the Hyphens. Kim Patterson's shot deflected in nicely by Taylor Turnquist. Leaving just enough lumber on it to bring down the Viking Saints. Or is it Saint Vikings? Either way, that's a fun combo, but not as much fun as Patterson Turnquist. 2 fun gals. They give us a great start to the plays of the year. Lady Panther Power. Number 19. Adapted floor hockey, North Suburban Cougars led by Tyler Engel. He risks it top shelf where Uncle Steve puts his socks. Doesn't everyone put their socks on the top shelf? Engel led the Cougars to their first state championship, scoring 66 goals in the year. Ring it up. Number 18. Panther Hoops. Check it out. Taylor Hall finds Justin Axelson down on the low block, the whirling dervish spin, and he puts it in. Nice play for the Panthers. They were chock full of those this year. Number 17. Lady Bengals taking on the Crimson. It's Passapalooza. Katie Swanstrom to Kirsten Falk to Samantha Swanstrom with Sis screening the netminder. Puck finds its way in for a goal. Bengals all about teamwork, and they show why this junior line is one of the most feared scoring lines in all the land. Puck trickles in, and it's okay if it trickles, but you might want to see a doctor sooner than later. Number 16. Wrestling, Bengals taking on the Anoka Tornadoes. Jimmy Kittleson at 195 plants his opponent right on his shoulders. Makes it real easy for everyone to see that pin. Jimmy plants Tornadoes along with azaleas, weeping willows, and summer squash. And he reaps what he sows.
Speaking of wrestling, we've got some wrestlers in our presence. We've got a couple of Cougar wrestlers, Andrew Gustin, Justice Davis, and Panther wrestler Danny Klebeck. Welcome to the show, fellas.
How's it going? Yep.
All right, we'll get right to it. All you guys have been to the state tournament. You guys win as a team. Andrew, we'll start with you. What was it like bringing your team to the state tournament? You guys took in the 5th seed. I know you guys were hoping to make the 2nd round, but what was the experience like going on the state tournament?
You know, it's something where it's so much different than going down as an individual. As a team, you know, these are the guys you're working with all year, just, you know, sweating, working hard in the room. And just to go as a team, have that experience, it's, you know, honestly something I'll remember the rest of my life. And it's better than the individual experience down there.
Okay, so the quarterfinal round, who did you play in the quarterfinals?
Quarterfinal round, we had Owatonna.
That's right. Oh, so Owatonna, you guys were down. You came back, and you switched with Joe Nelson, I believe, to wrestle heavyweight. Is that what happened in the quarterfinal?
That was in the consolation.
Oh, okay.
Round.
Did you guys? Okay, in the consolation round, you guys tied. So tell me about the consolation round where you came back and you tied, but then there was a tiebreaker that you guys ended up not winning. Explain that for me.
We went into the match. We knew we needed to put points up top. And it came down. I knew the whole time I was going heavyweight. Their heavyweight was undefeated on the season. And going out there, it was like a 6th criteria. The coaches figured it out later in the match. And we went out there, I had to wrestle as hard as I can. And unfortunately, we came up a little short, you know, on the 6th criteria.
But you beat the heavyweight that was previously undefeated.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good job. Unfortunately, you weren't able to come back in the constellation, but a good showing for you guys. Now, Justice, you also went to the tournament. You guys both went as a team and as individuals. Tell us what the experience was like in the individual tournament for you.
Well, it was my first year going, so I don't know, it was kind of a big shock when I got down there, but just kind of wrestled how I wrestled and let it be, I guess.
So you guys both placed 4th in the individuals, and you guys, great section tournament. As for the team, you guys, I believe, also came back in the section tournament in the championship game, didn't you, in the match? The
It was
championship match?
the semifinals. We were down, what was it, 24, 30?
We were down by like 12.
Yeah, and we got 2 big pins, and then heavyweight got a pin up top, so sealed the deal.
And you guys both play football as well.
Yep.
In the spring, you do discus and shot.
No.
You're not going to do that this year?
Nope. Usually I just freestyle wrestle, but we'll see this year.
All right. What about you, Justice?
Yeah, I just went out for track. This is my first year, so I'm going to throw some discus and shot put, see how it goes.
All right. And Danny Klebeck with us. You also went to the state tournament. What was that like? You're a freshman. These guys are seniors. You're a freshman. You wrestled at 113. You won the section tournament. What was it like going on to the X and performing in front of 8 mats out there and that giant crowd?
Well, it was my first year out there, and I didn't know how I was going to go. I was a little scared, but I think I wrestled all right. And I had my 2 matches, and I thought it was a pretty good experience for me.
All right, you've been wrestling in varsity since you were a 7th grader, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you got plenty of years ahead of you. Tell us what you expect from yourself and your team in the future. Do you expect maybe a few more wrestlers on the team? What's it look like there?
Well, our middle school looks pretty good right now, so we got guys up there, and we're only graduating 2 seniors. So I think we'll be a really solid team next year. And hopefully we can fill a full lineup, so I think we'll be pretty good.
Great.
Well, I have a question for you guys, all 3 of you. When did you realize and say to yourself, man, I'm an amazing wrestler? What year, what age?
I don't think I've ever
Seeing
said
you all
that.
made it to state.
How could he be humble in answering this question?
I don't know. I wouldn't say amazing, but it was just kind of when section finals for individual, just having that relief of making it to state was kind of a weight off your shoulders. That's what you worked so hard for the whole year. So.
Either you guys plan on wrestling in college?
It doesn't look like it for me.
I think I'm wrestling at Augsburg next year. So.
Oh, great. Great program.
Yep.
All right, well, I got a few things for you. We had voting results for the Athlete of the Winter season. People went online, northmetrotv.com, they voted, and the winners, as voted by their peers, Danny Klebeck gets first. He beat out Andrew Gustafson. They'll have a wrestle-off for it, maybe. Joey Lau, Tyler Klein, Robert Ben, Hans Gorowski, Dallas Gerads, Justice Davis, Patrick Munson, Gary Cook, Austin Long, Ryan Gorowski. Great seasons for all those guys, but Danny Klebeck wins. This is the Athlete of the Winter season. So you get this. Not only do you get that, but we also have gift certificates. Umbria and Five Spice, you guys have your choice. And also Athlete of the Year for football and wrestling, and previously for track, throwing the shot and the discus. Andrew Gustafson, Athlete of the Year. Congratulations to you guys, all 3 of you guys. Fantastic seasons. And we'll get you guys your gift certificates. And before we go to break, it's trivia question time. All right. Trivia question is, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? If you think you know the answer, 763-231-2809, or email us at sports@northmetrotv.com. We've got a lot more show. Don't go away. You're watching Sports on North Metro TV. All right. So you guys want Umbria?
If you
or
need
Five
seamless
Spice?
gutters, whether the job is large or small, you can say,
I know a guy.
for your full service landscaping, you can say,
I know a guy.
if you need commercial or residential lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy.
I'm Charlie Walker, and if you need professional seamless gutters, landscaping, and lawn care, you can say,
I know a guy.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta. Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
All right, welcome back to Sports 10 season finale. Also this past weekend, we had another state tournament. It was adapted floor hockey, and we had 2 teams in the state tournament, Anoka Hennepin Mustangs and also the North Suburban Cougars, which has Centennial Spring Lake Park. And guess what? Cougars win their first ever state championship in the CI division, the cognitive impairment. So North Suburban Cougars, 7-6 victory over Burnsville, Farmington, Lakeville. Tyler Engel, 21 goals in the state tournament for him. He finishes the year with 66 goals. Congratulations to him. Tyler, Cody Blatt, and Cody Jacobson, all on the all-tournament teams. Congratulations to them. Anoka Hennepin lost in the quarterfinal round. And then in the PI division, Anoka Hennepin trying to defend their title, but it wasn't meant to be. Robbinsdale Hopkins Mound winning that one over Dakota United 5-0. More in-studio athlete guests. We are, before we do that, it's Athlete of the Week time, of course. 21 goals in the state tournament gets Tyler Engel our Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to Tyler and the Cougars. Now joined by our athlete guests, Maggie Ronning and Pete Cinco. Not 5, but it's Cinco. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
All right, Maggie, we'll start with you. You guys have a lot of underclassmen and a lot of talent that we've seen in the last couple of years. Tell us a little bit about what it's like playing for the Panthers with so many kind of freshmen, juniors, and sophomores on the team.
Well, when I started playing in 7th grade, there was like tons of seniors, and I don't know, it's been weird because there's like no upperclassmen, and we had no seniors this year, but you know, there's a lot of upcoming talent. So
sure, yeah, you guys have a lot of talented youth on your team, so things look good in the future. What do you think will happen with the team next year and the year after that in the future here?
I think we have a lot of talent that can be developed into a really good team. So I don't know.
All right, great, and we'll go to you, Pete. We saw some great stuff from your team this year in the games that we covered. And you guys have certainly had good players in the past. Tell us about this season, how you guys fared.
We thought it was a pretty good season. We were about 500, and that was our goal, I guess. Maybe done a little bit better in the conference, but it's what it is.
All right, now you guys have a player on your team who's a freshman, Austin Long. He's a phenomenal talent. Tell us a little bit about Austin.
Yeah, Austin's a great kid. He's hardworking, very passionate about the game, loves to play hockey. It's a lot of fun to play with him.
Great. Now you're a junior. Tell us what you guys can expect next year.
Next year's going to be a lot of fun. We got moved to a new section, so that's going to be very interesting, see how that goes. And we have also a lot of young talent and try to develop that and see what happens.
Great.
First of all, I'm glad Kenton clarified it's not 5, it's Cinco.
Yeah.
But I was
Got that out of the
wondering,
way.
since you guys have started young, playing there young and everything, how has the program changed and how have you seen it progress?
I think there's just more young kids coming up wanting to play, and they're trying harder. So that's helping the program, getting all those kids up into it. And then we, as us upperclassmen, we try to like share our information and help them succeed.
Great teamwork.
Indeed.
And Maggie?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of younger girls that are being taught the game a lot more now than when I was younger, so it keeps getting better every year.
Do you have a lot of St. Anthony players on your team? You guys co-op with them?
We only have 2.
Okay.
So. But,
all right.
Yeah.
I know a soccer team often has a lot more St. Anthony players. But
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, good luck to you guys next year. Thanks for coming on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We've got more top plays for you guys. The next Cinco, if you will. Please enjoy.
5 Spice top play number 15. Cougar Hoops taking on state-bound Huskies of Andover. Big Quinn Peterson, bucket in the foul for cue ball. 3-point play the hard way. With the hack, he ends up with a baby hook. What's a baby hook, you ask? Well, that's when a daddy hook and a mommy hook love each other very much. Never mind, I'll tell you when you're older. Number 14. Panther Hoops taking on Patrick Henry in the section quarterfinals. Gary Cook with the steal, the save. Up ahead to T.C. Robinson with the layup. Oh, that's a nice play. You know who likes that? Sean Scott likes that. Sean Scott likes that. Number 13. Spring Lake Park, St. Louis Park, the battle of the SLPs. The Panthers take it to the Orioles. Breakaway, Devin Sennell. teasing the goalie, brings it back and scores it. Pretty play on the breakaway, netting the goal. Devin Sennell, let's see that again. An instant replay. Sennell, here it is. Nope, there it is. Check the basket. That's where you'll find the biscuit. Number 12. Panther hoops. Now in the section semifinal, TC Robinson. The steal, the fast break. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. You've entered Robinson's neighborhood. Number 11. Speaking of number 11, it's our QB, quarterback in the power play. Alex Copa, the shot deflected in by Dallas Gerads. That's a nice goal. You bet Gerads it is. Bengals win the Northwest Suburban Conference title. Whooping them Gangnam Style.
Whooping them indeed. Now we've got a couple of boys hockey players. One for Blaine, Dallas Gerads, and Patrick Munson of the Cougars. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Now, no fights. That's one of the rules we have here. We know you guys are arch nemesis rivals, but we're going to keep it. You know, very friendly, very civil. Exactly. All right, we're going to start with you, Dallas. Great season. Almost went undefeated in conference. You guys went on a phenomenal win streak. Tell us what it was like when you guys were just rolling off victory after victory.
It was just good. Everybody was clicking back and forth, and we just went out there and played.
All right. And section tournament, you guys have great history going to state. Last year lost in the section final, looking to make amends this year. Obviously not the finish you were looking. You guys definitely put enough shots on Champlin in the semifinal, but just didn't go your way in the end. Kind of take us through what happened in the Champlin Park game.
Well, we jumped on them early, 1-0, and then we were just peppering their goalie, and Nelson played great, and we just kept on getting shots, and then they came back and scored a couple, and then we were down like 3-1, and then we came back, tied at 3-3, and then we ended up losing with like 30 seconds left in the game. Yeah,
it was a real tough ending. I was certainly looking forward to a Blaine Centennial matchup, which we used to have back in the day almost every year in the section final. And Patrick, your team in the semifinal, you took on Maple Grove, who's kind of been, it's turned into kind of a three-way rival with Blaine, Maple Grove, and Centennial the last couple of years, both in conference and in section play. You guys took them on in the semifinal. You guys beat them. Tell us about the game versus Crimson.
Well, I mean, right before that game, we saw those guys were tough, and we saw that they ended up losing, so we kind of knew that the stakes were a little bit higher, and we came out right away, and we took it to them, and Hans Growski had a couple goals, and I think we ended up winning 4-1, so it was a good game for us.
Then you move on to the finals to take on Champlin Park. What was the feeling? Were you guys glad you were taking on Champlin Park versus Blaine, given you had more success versus Champlin?
Yeah, I mean, we obviously like playing Blaine's a lot more fun, but I mean, kind of a relief not having to play them again. Champlin's a good team, and we respected them, and we came out right away and we scored again and quick, and we just kept taking it to them and ended up winning, so it was good.
All right, now Dallas, I got to ask you, when you see Centennial beat Champlin go to state, is it okay to feel good for Centennial, or are you just, because you guys are rivals, that it just kind of burns you a little bit?
I don't know. It's kind of a tough question.
It is. It's a loaded question.
I want them to do good and represent our section good.
Sure.
And there's a little part of me that
I bet.
kind of wanted them not to.
Do you guys have a memorable moment you can agree on about playing each other this season?
You don't have to agree.
Yeah. Look at each other and agree.
Yeah.
Playing at your place was pretty fun. It was good atmosphere there, and playing at our rink was a really good atmosphere. And it's always fun playing those guys. It's always really amped up and a lot of hitting, and it's always a good time playing them.
I would say probably playing at their rink the first game, because it was a close game all the way through, and we were both playing hard, and it ended up 2-1, but it was close all the way through and went to overtime.
All right, I got to ask you about the state tournament experience. Last time Snail was at state, 2004, Greg Stutz, Mr. Zero, 3 shoutouts. Obviously, you can't repeat that. Not to put any pressure on you, but you guys had a great start, especially defensively, and against the game versus Wayzata. Tell us about that game.
Yeah, we played really well that game. Probably one of our best games all year. And Wayzata, they were also very good, and it was a close game the whole way. And they got one right at the end there, and we didn't let it affect us too much, and we kind of got one called off in the second that we thought probably was in the net, but we ended up going to overtime, and they got the right bounce at the right time, and it was tough to take, but it was an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, I thought you guys played great. Unfortunate ending for both your guys' seasons. And any plans for playing hockey after this or going to school?
Yeah, I'll hopefully play junior hockey next year and then eventually play college hockey. So.
All right, Bengals be back section final state tournament next year?
Hopefully, that's what we're working for.
All right.
Using that last year's.
Well, congratulations on a great season, you guys. A lot of fun watching you guys and the Bengals and Cougars this year. Right now, we're going to go to a commercial break. We got more sportsing coming up right on the other side of this break. Don't go away.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Frilly Blade. We buy gold at your exchange.
Welcome back to Sports, everyone. Live season finale. We've got a couple more guests with us from the Panthers, Lady Panthers basketball team, Brianna Semenko and Christina Wakeman. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
All right, Brianna, you were with us last year. So I got to say, was this the best season in Spring Lake Park girls basketball history? Because you guys had a phenomenal year.
Yeah, it was the best record our coach looked up for like 18 years.
She went back 18 years?
Mhm.
Okay. When they started keeping track of these things? Or is that as far back as they could go?
Well, that's just as far back as she went, but we had a really good year this year.
Absolutely. Tell us a little about the year. Obviously, I think you started as a sophomore on the team and now a senior. Tell us what you've seen this team progress from the 3 years you've been going into this year.
I feel like over the years, we've worked together more and we know what each other does good. And I feel like this year we all wanted it, and we wanted to prove people wrong because people always doubted us. And I feel like we were really determined, and we did what we had to do, and it worked off.
All right, great. Christina, tell us a bit about, from your perspective, the team from last year to this year. What kind of the things you noticed?
I think the biggest thing I noticed is that we were all together as a group. We were friends, we'd always do stuff together. Upperclassmen, underclassmen are all on the same page for everything, and during practices we were able to have fun and get stuff done, and it made it so much better as a team.
Seeing that you guys did so well this year, what did you have, a different routine or different practices, or did you guys just play hard?
Well, at the beginning of the season, we went over all the teams we were going to play and discuss which ones we think we would win, which ones would be tough. And we knew before the tough games, we needed to have a hard practice, so we did what we had to do, and we just went out and did it.
I definitely think a lot of people on our team put in a lot of extra time in the off season, and that made a huge difference. We had a lot of players step up who hadn't stepped up in previous years, and they're hitting those big shots, and that was a huge changer for our team.
You guys have a lot of good seniors on your team. You guys are both seniors. Tell us, any plans for college or playing basketball beyond this, Brianna?
Next year I plan on going to River Falls.
Great.
I plan on going to University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee to play.
Is it going to be hard to be separated?
Yeah, it'll be different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Transition in our lives when we move on to school. But before you guys head off the stage and off to college, we've got the results of the athlete of the winter season for the ladies and Brianna Semenko. Hard charging the last 4 days, voting online, NorthMetroTV.com. Brianna is the winner over Paige Wojtaszek. Also Kirsten Falk, Lauren Kolak, Christina Wakeman, Katie Swanstrom, Sam Swanstrom, Julie Hoffman, Jill Conrad, and Nicole Stock. Congratulations to all of them on a fantastic year. And this, Brianna, goes to you. So congratulations. Thanks. We also have your choice of Five Spice and Umbria gift certificates that you get to choose from. And now we're going to go to 5 more of the top plays of the year. Please enjoy.
Number 10, more Bengals hockey. Tyler Klein against the Cougars this time. Nice move, opened himself up, snipes it in the sock drawer, which of course is in the top shelf. Everyone keeps their socks there. Tyler Klein, oh, that's a nice shot. All of Tyler's socks are powder blue. Fact. Number 9. Cougars on the other side, taking on Bloomington Jefferson. They go to OT. That's where Tom Herron rips the slap shot for the game winner. The Cougars win in Bloomington. Exciting OT thriller and the victory. Number 8. Spring Lake Park taking on South St. Paul. Nick Hyde, coast to coast, weaving through plenty of Packers en route to scoring a nice wrister right in front of the net. You can't stop Nick Hyde. You can only hope to contain him. And they don't make Tupperware big enough for Nick Hyde. A full pan of lasagna? Maybe, but not Nick Hyde. Oh, look, he's hiding. Nick hiding. Number 7. Section 5 AA semifinals, Cougars and Crimson. The Cougars, Reiner Gorowski stealing the puck and then giving it to his brother Hans. The Gorowski connection. Reiner and Hans, they beat the Crimson, move on to the section final. Sweet revenge. Number 6. Bengals taking on Duluth East Greyhounds. Joey Lau breaks out. His shot blocked, but Dallas Gerads put stick to puck and by the goalie, who puts block pad fist to his face with elegance. Goalie mad. Gerads got enough stick to score it and a free shot on the goalie. Every forward's dream. Here's your wake-up call. Hit the snooze bar.
Season finale of Sports Den. See, I did it.
You did.
You owe me $5.
It wasn't creepy at all.
No. Now we're joined by some Lady Bengal hockey players. This is the top line for the Bengals right here. This is, if you want a scoring line, you put these 3 girls in, you're going to score some goals. This is Kirsten Falk. We have Katie Swanstrom and Sam Swanstrom. Welcome to the show, or welcome back for 2 out of you, and welcome Sam. All right. So, all right, I'll start with you, Kirsten. Tell us about this year. You guys have a lot of good conference opponents, like Maple Grove, one of them. Tell us about the year that you guys had.
Yeah, our conference is, it's a really hard conference, so every game is really important, and it really shows our skill level, and I really think we did a great job in our conference this year. We finished 2nd, and you know, we didn't finish the way we wanted to in our section, but we're really proud of our girls, how we finished the entire season. So.
And you all 3 were on the same line last year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is your 2nd year together. What's it like playing with these girls, and what's been different from last year to this year?
Well, I played with them since I think U10s, U12s.
So it's been a while.
Been a while, yeah. And I don't know, we seem to find each other. We always know where we're going to be.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, we all kind of have our little roles on the line, so it's just really nice. It's like a step ahead instead of having to wonder where is your teammate going to be, and you know, you're just always better. So.
You guys have great chemistry, and are you 2 related?
Yes,
you are.
Yes.
I thought so. I had a feeling. So, what's it like? Obviously, it helps being. Does it help being sisters or twins? You know each other so well. When you go onto the ice, does that help, Katie?
Yeah, I think it helps. I like playing on the line with Sam because, like Kirsten said, I feel like I know where she is a lot, and I feel like we have good chemistry when we play hockey together. So I don't know, she's my favorite person to play with.
Aw. Now, do you guys have a rivalry between who scores more goals, or no? You just
a little bit, but I don't know. We try
Okay.
not to let that matter too much.
Yes.
Gotcha. And Samantha, tell us what your experience has been playing with not only your sister but Kirsten as well over the years?
Well, I really like playing with all three of them. Like Kirsten said, like we connect really well, and like we know where each other are on the ice. So it's a good, all three of us together, a good line.
Great.
Well, you're sisters, and you're all juniors, so you're going to be together no matter what. But what are you ladies going to be doing during the off season to prepare for next year?
Well, we do this OS thing together, but we also do this thing for our high school. One of our coaches put it together that we're probably going to get out there this summer and do with like the 14 team, just to like have the whole team together, like bonding throughout the summer.
Right, and do you guys play any other sports during the year, soccer or anything? Or are you just guys hockey all year round?
I play soccer in the fall, and I'm in track right now.
Oh, great, so 3-sport athlete. All right. What about you guys?
We played softball last year, but we didn't play this year.
No?
No.
All right. Just focusing on hockey.
Yes.
You guys have plans to maybe play in college? Is that kind of the goal?
Yes, hopefully.
All right. All right, well, great season. Do you have any more questions for these ladies? This is the top scoring line right here.
I know, amazing. How was it playing with each other out there? Just fun?
I think we covered
Yeah, I know, it's just amazing time.
Yeah.
We covered it all.
We did. All right, so we've got one more break, and then we've got some more show coming up. But before we go to break, I want to ask you guys what you guys see for next year, not only with just you guys playing each other, but the team as well. Obviously, a lot of underclassmen. Kirsten, what do you see from the future for the Bengals?
We're really excited because we're getting a lot of good 14s coming up, and we've been practicing with them a little bit, trying to get to ease their minds. You know, coming up to high school, some of them might be a little scared or whatever. It's not even a big step, but we just kind of want them to know like what it's like up there, and we've seen a lot of skill, so we're really happy.
Great, Katie.
Yeah, there's a couple forwards and then defensemen also, so we're getting like the whole deal, so it's exciting.
Do your parents have a favorite, or have they not told you?
I'm the favorite.
Did you guys practice that?
No.
Oh, that was cute.
That was cute. All right, we're going to go to break, and we've still got the top 5 plays, more athlete guests, and more show coming up. So you're watching Sports on North Metro TV. Don't go away.
Known for its vineyards and hilltop villages, Umbria is also known for its delicious tasting pizza. Made traditionally from the finest ingredients, Umbria Pizzeria will make you taste the difference, smell the love, and transport you to Italy.
La cena è pronta. Dinner's ready.
You might even begin to feel like an Italian.
Delicioso.
Umbria Pizzeria, turning taste into memories.
In the nation, our agents are always there, helping make sure that when your life changes, your nationwide insurance coverage changes too. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation where protection is personal.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Anoka County, contact Twin Cities Insurance Group, your nationwide insurance agent.
I'm the favorite. Welcome back to Sports and Everyone, where everyone's the favorite. We love everybody here.
so.
This is a celebration of the season. Great year for all these athletes, and it's been a lot of fun talking with them. We're going to talk to some more of them. We've got some Cougar hockey players from the girls team with us. We've got Lauren Kolak and Kayla Sina. That's correct, Sina?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys have been starting for on the team for a couple of years. You guys have got the experience, I believe. Were you both captains this year for the Cougars?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Lauren, tell us about this year, what it was like. You guys had a new coach. Kind of tell us a little about the transition was like going from last year to this year.
It was actually pretty easy, I thought. But it was kind of nice having a new coach. But I don't know. It was kind of, like, I thought it was nice getting some new blood in there and new ideas.
Sure. I actually went to high school with your coach back in the day at Centennial. So you guys probably didn't know that. We graduated from the same class, but he's a good guy. He was a goalie, so.
How old is your coach? No, just kidding.
I don't know.
He's a good age.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us what it's like playing with the teammates that you've had going into the playoffs, and tell us about the section tournament.
We obviously had a big upset, but so that was really exciting for us. And I liked our team a lot this year. I thought we bonded really well together and played well together. We didn't have the best luck, but I think the Andover game was probably like the highlight of our season.
Yeah, and did you score in that Andover game? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about the goal that you scored. I think, was it the game-winning goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. We were shorthanded, so it was
you
exciting.
broke away.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty excited. So.
Right now, Kayla, you guys are seniors. What's the future look like for you? Or you plan on playing hockey?
Yeah, I'm planning on playing hockey at River Falls and studying athletic training there too.
Great. And is your brother Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us what it's about. You guys obviously a hockey family. What's it like growing up with your siblings?
Well,
you
me
all
and
play
Kenny.
hockey. Are you guys competitive?
Yeah, we can be, especially playing like pond hockey and stuff with each other. He always tries to get around me, but
You can't.
never really happens.
No.
But he always like pushes me into becoming a better player, and I'm really lucky to have him there with me. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be the hockey player I am today.
Great. And obviously, I have to ask who's the favorite.
I don't know. I think we're tied.
Great. Who's your favorite, Rosie?
I can't.
You
say.
can't pick one.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask the ladies though, both being senior captains, is there anything you'd change for next year for the new team or new captains?
I would just say, just show leadership out on the ice, like especially in practice, because I think that's the most important, and just picking each other up, and I guess finishing where we left off.
Yeah, and for the captains coming into the next season too, like me and Kolak, we didn't really know like what to expect becoming captains and stuff. So I just say like, really like gain your confidence right away, because all the girls are gonna look to you, and you really got to show, like Kolak said, leadership everywhere.
Right. And you're not there to be their friends necessarily. It's more, got to push them and have. We're the people that they look up to. So.
Great. Lauren, do you have any plans to play hockey in college, or any plans for school?
Yeah, I'll be attending Bethel University.
So we're gonna be
We're
playing
gonna make
together.
Yeah.
You guys going to still be teammates? Is that what you said?
No, we'll be playing against each other.
Against each other.
Yeah.
That's way better than being teammates.
Yeah.
That'll be more fun. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. And congratulations on a great year and a nice upset win in the section tournament. We're going to right now go to our 5 Spice top 5 plays, or Cinco plays of the year. Please enjoy.
5 Spice top 5 plays of the year, number 5. Panther Hoops taking on Cooper. Robert Ben knocks it loose. Cooper saves it, or did they just make the sacrifice for the Sultan of Slam? Robert Ben, 2 first names, a steal and a slam. That looks good on any resume. They take Cooper down to the wire, and Ben gives the Panther fans in the stands a reason to cheer, and they do. Number 4. Panther Puck against Chisago Lakes Wildcats. Not as wild as this. Teamwork. Austin Long, Devin Sennell. Excellent teamwork. And that's a goal. It goes long, Sennell, slow-mo of unselfish play. It revives my faith in humanity. Thank you, Panthers. Thank you. And then there were 3. Bengals, Cardinals, Jason Travis jumps the flight path and is clear for takeoff. Jason Travis, get on up! Another guy with 2 first names, a steal and a slam. This one, along with raspberry, boysenberry, huckleberry, and grape, are my favorite jams. I also like jock jams. Just kidding, no one likes jock jams. Number 2. Okay, stop giggling. Cougars taking on Hopkins in girls basketball. Hopkins #1 ranked state champions. Cougars don't care. Paige Wojtaszek splashed all over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 9 3-pointers for Paige Wojtaszek, the school record. And here's the game winner. Step back, knock it down, ice in the veins. Cougars, the Hopkins girls' only loss of the year, 73-70. The Cougars win! Here it is, 5 Spice play of the year. Section 5 AA championship. Cougars take on the Champa Park Rebels. Rebound in front, Andrew Bertrand. No look behind the back. Bertrand scores it. The Cougars win. Another look from down below. As he's hitting the ice, he lights the lamp. Cougars beat the Rebels. They move on to the state tournament for the first time since 2004. Section 5 AA champions, your Centennial Cougars. Yeah!
That was our Five Spice Play of the Year. Of course, thanks to Five Spice and Umbria Pizza for providing the food for all of our athletes, guests, and the crew. And I want to thank our crew for a great season. They did a wonderful job providing everything that we needed to do this show week in and week out. It's a live show. It's a lot of fun to do. Thanks to all the in-studio athlete guests and all the athletes that we've covered this year in interviews, all of our people that went out and shot highlights and worked on the show. Of course, thanks to the coaches, parents, the activities directors, the schools, everybody that made this a successful year. And this show is kind of a celebration of everything that we've done this year. And so we just want to say thanks.